Canada's Freedom Convoy is driving heated commentary on social media and getting lots of support from some big Bitcoiners. I'm Natalie Brunell for Bitcoin Magazine, and here's one of the latest headlines we're following. Now, this isn't exactly Bitcoin news, at least not in mainstream media, but many of us in the space have been watching the developments surrounding a convoy of big rig trucks protesting Canada's COVID-19 mandates and measures, which have now spilled over into mass demonstrations in the country's capital. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, he said that he has tested positive for COVID-19 and has been refusing to meet with the protesters. He stands his ground on maintaining cross-border vaccine mandates. Now, just for some background, Freedom Convoy demonstrators are pushing to end all mandates nationwide, and they feel that there are government overreach, especially this late in the pandemic. What's interesting to note, though, is many of the truckers opposing the mandates are actually vaccinated, but they are against the removal of people's rights to make that decision for themselves. Now, here's where the money comes in and why we need the freedom money that Bitcoin represents. And in fact, we've seen some images with Bitcoin signs and flags appearing at the protests, which we're really excited about, and more on that in a little. But first, you may have heard millions of dollars were raised to support the truckers in their protests via GoFundMe. And GoFundMe has frozen access to those funds. That's right. The money people donated to help with fuel and food and lodging for the big riggers is being held, and it's not being distributed at this time. Now, this would be impossible to do with Bitcoin, which has no third parties. Cameron Winklevoss and other prominent names tweeted out that story. And in another censorship attempt, an Ottawa city councillor actually moved for legal action to seize the millions of dollars from the convoy and put it in city coffers as punishment from the weekend protests. So the money donated would go to the government. Now, this is why it's so powerful to remove the monopoly on money from the big banks and bureaucrats and give it back to the people. Now, many big Bitcoiners have shared their support of the Freedom Convoy, from Anthony Popliano sharing this video of the trucks to Elon Musk, who said Canadian truckers rule and got more than 400,000 likes, to Greg Foss, who shared this tweet asking for sats to support the truckers. That was originally spearheaded by Bitcoiner B Diplomat, who has been documenting many of the demonstrations with great posts and media, even sharing some gear, some protest signs, and apparently orange pilling the truckers. And most of all, he and other Bitcoiners have been trying to convey their very peaceful message and how Bitcoin can help some of the problems of big government. We love to see Bitcoiners advocating for freedom, and we'll be sure to keep you updated on this story. For more headlines, head to bitcoinmagazine.com.